Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss about vegetables that grow in November. Some of the easiest vegetables to sow right now are also some of the most intriguing and adventurous additions to the kitchen garden. So there's no need to hide out in your shed until the new year arrives. Asparagus, garlic, spring cabbage, and horseradish are all better started while the weather is still cold. While some crops take their time developing rich, earthy, and, in some cases, fiery flavors, several crops in this region provide quick and nutritious treats. So, whether you want to grow fleshy fungi fancy spears or plants that taste like shellfish, our essential list of vegetables for November planting will not disappoint. Garlic. Unless you're an oleomphobe, a person who is afraid of garlic, garlic will almost certainly be one of your key vegetables to plant in November. Gardeners have traditionally made these pungent plantings in the spring, but we urge you to get a head start now. Cloves require a sufficient chilling period in order to split and form heads. Planting this month ensures this. Autumn planting also gives you a better chance of producing healthier, larger, and more flavorful yields. The extra growing time promotes the formation of a more extensive root system, which in turn provides more foliage to fuel large heads, says amateur gardening's fruit and vegetable expert Lucy Chamberlain. The most important thing to remember when learning how to grow garlic is to avoid using supermarket cloves. To ensure that yours are disease-free, purchase them from a garden center or seed supplier. Choose between hardneck and softneck varieties, and plant hardier varieties in well-draining soil. For autumn plantings, we recommend extra early white, Picardy white, and Germidor. Strawberries, nasturtiums, chamomile, and dill are excellent garlic companion plants. Garlic planted now will mature earlier than spring counterparts. Individual heads can be lifted in early summer. MIZUNA, perfect for the shorter days of early winter. Zingy MIZUNA greens are among the most rewarding, colorful, and fast-growing crops to begin harvesting in November. For anyone who enjoys growing lettuce in the winter, these invigorating Japanese stalwarts are high in vitamins A, C, and K and thrive in the season's harsh conditions. Brassica rapa var. Japonica is a refreshing fire starter that grows well in open areas, under cold frames or polytunnels, or undercover in a greenhouse border where its peppery payload is easily accessible. MIZUNA, which translates as water greens and is also known as spider mustard, is a staple cut and come again crop that reaches its savory peak in 40 days, but can be enjoyed as baby greens 3 weeks after sowing. MIZUNA thrives on 3 or 4 hours of sunlight per day, which is ideal for the winter's diminishing light sources. Sow 6 and 15 centimeters deep in well-draining compost or soil in drills or pots, then thin to 3 in 8 centimeters spacings. To keep that zingy freshness, keep it moderately watered. Pluck when the leaves are young or harvest when they are 4-5 in 10-12 centimeters tall. Make sowings every 3 weeks until spring for tasty harvests. Simply eat these tingly tenders before they flower and become bitter. Kangi varieties include the feathery Kiona, the nippy Kyoto, the frost-resistant Komatsuma, and the pretty purple MIZUNA. It is frequently combined with Mibuna to enhance the peppery flavors, but it also pairs well with rocket, spinach, green and snow, claytonia, and tatsoi. Horseradish. Homegrown horseradish, Armoracia rusticana, is an excellent addition to your November vegetable planting list. It may not be the most visually appealing vegetable in your kitchen garden, but it is one of the simplest to grow if you find a sunny spot with well-drained soil. As a member of the mustard family, it has a distinct pungent flavor and is useful for clearing sinuses. Horseradish is a tough, cold-hardy perennial that is sold as bare roots called thongs. It takes advantage of the quiet time on the plot to settle in. Place the thongs horizontally in a seed tray filled with moist compost. Green shoots will emerge from the top end of the plant as soon as it is placed somewhere warm. Horseradish is an excellent companion plant for potatoes because it is a natural pest and disease repellent. Whether you prefer the common variety with its large, crinkly leaves or the Bohemian variety, which is narrower and smoother, you can expect a crop a year after planting. Just one more piece of advice: plant your horseradish plant in the ground in a large pot. This hardy perennial's spreading roots will penetrate deeply and can be stubbornly persistent, so a pot will keep its invasive nature in check. Spring cabbage, also known as the daddy of brassicas or the king of the greens, keeps you covered all year and is rarely deterred by weather changes. As a result, you can grow cabbage even in the winter. So if you sowed seed in late summer, you can plant your young cabbages out in November. Spring cabbage varieties differ from others in that they are leafier, looser, darker, sweeter, and tender, rather than being grown for the firm, crunchy hearts found later in the season. As a result, they are frequently easier to grow and cultivate. AGM Advantage F1, Sweet Heritage Durham Early, Steely Blue Duncan, Compact Greensleeves, and Bolt Resistant April are all excellent choices. Winter Jewel F1 has a high level of disease resistance, while Spring Hero is a newer, crisper variety. Plant in a sunny, open area with fertile, well-draining soil. Firmly walk over the ground to help your cabbages anchor. Once transplanted, these leafy beasts work well as flavor-enhancing companion planting partners for beetroot. Spring cabbage grows well with onions and celery to deter pests, and you can later intercrop with fast-maturing chives and lettuce if space allows. The main crops are ready to harvest beginning in early March. Once they've developed a good-sized head, cut through the stem with a sharp knife just above ground level. Smaller greens can also be enjoyed before the main head develops. Cut across in the stump for a bonus crop of smaller cabbages a few weeks later. Purple basil. You've probably seen the more traditional basils and enjoyed their bright, fresh green colors and cupped leaves. If you're looking for new vegetables to plant in November and want to learn how to grow basil, why not broaden your horizons with some mauve-colored wonders instead? Our top pick for newcomers is dark opal, a vitamin-rich, intensely aromatic, and glossy purple-black beauty. It also has lovely pink flowers in the summer. Pinch these back while you are growing the leaves for culinary purposes. Sow indoors and stay as warm as possible. In the summer, it will thrive in raised garden beds or a large container filled with spinach or tomatoes. If you want to grow vegetables like that in November, then see our upcoming videos and recent also about that. If you like our video, then like the video, subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon.